Chief Clemens?
No, I have not. I have received the report from the parole board, and I will be spending a considerable amount of time with that report, as well as doing what we always do, and that's looking at the most comprehensive array of information available to us, and I will make a decision following that process.
Governor, we haven't had an innocence claim like this at least since John Spurko. What about that fact may affect your consideration of this request?
Well, as I said, I will look at all of the facts and determine what the right course of action is, and I will take it, but it would be premature for me to say what I may or may not do at this point.
Were you surprised by the vote of the parole board, the unanimous vote on the recommendation, given what you've...
Yeah. I don't want to respond to that because I have not yet read the report, and I think I need to do that and read it carefully before I make a comment about their course of action.
Governor, do you know whether or not Third Frontier or any other state programs are going to be affected by yesterday's federal ruling stopping embryonic stem cell research?
You know, I would certainly hope not. That ruling I find incredibly disturbing. And I am a strong supporter of medical research that has the capacity to save lives and improve lives. And so I would certainly hope not. I think it's a little early for me to give you a definitive answer because I'm not aware of all of the specific research that is currently being funded by the Third Frontier, but I would certainly hope not. And well, I guess I've expressed myself. Anyone else?
Maybe somebody answered this, but are these bonuses you have to pay taxes on?
They are not taxed by the state of Ohio. We've encouraged the recipient to check with their tax expert on whether or not federal tax will be involved.
Anyone else?
Governor, what criteria are you going to use to pick appointments to the Casino Control Commission? And
I'm sorry?
What criteria will you use on picking Casino Control Commission appointments? And would you appoint someone who is opposed to the existence of casino gambling in Ohio to the commission?
I will be looking for people of integrity, experience, competency, and people who have the interests of the people of our state at heart. Of course, there are certain criteria that I am required to follow regarding a law enforcement individual and so on, and I obviously will scrupulously follow those requirements as I make my decisions.
Is opposition to gambling, existence of gambling, a disqualification from serving on the board in your mind?
In my mind, it is not.
What's the status of the lawsuit you requested through the Lottery Commission for slot machines at racetracks or video lottery terminals? That was approved in July with the commission, with no filing yet.
That's something that we're continuing to evaluate. It's something that I want to see happen, and we are continuing to evaluate all the legalities surrounding that issue.
And when you say you want to see that happen, you want to see the lawsuit happen, or you want to see slots and traps?
I want clarification of the responsibilities and the authority that I or any other governor may have in regard to this matter.
Governor, as long as we're all over the board, a bear killed its owner in Ohio last week. Where does your end of the agreement with the Humane Society? Have you fulfilled that as far as the exotic animal end of that, or what's your plan for action on that?
Well, obviously we will keep our commitments made under that agreement, but that's going to take us some time to move forward as we as we must. But I think what happened last week is but the latest example of how individuals keeping such animals can be quite dangerous. So you know the agreement, and we will do everything we can to keep it.
Do you have a time, I mean, do you expect to do that before the end of the year, or do you have a time frame at all?
Well, I don't know. Some of the things that we've committed to will require cooperation from the legislature, and so we will move as we can, understanding that there are some parts of the agreement that will take legislative action, and I don't want to presume to set a timetable when the legislature may choose to act. Well, thank you all very much for coming.